I'm Sean Hansen. Today we're at the North Shore premiere of Sunblocked, the first indie film of Astro Piano Films. Directed and written by Jessica Sicardo Cook. We're here live at Hollywood Hits in Danvers. I'm here with Alex Wallner. Alex played the kid in Sunblocked. And Alex, can you tell me a little bit about playing the kid, playing in Sunblocked? What does this mean to you?
It's just really exciting that Jessica thought of me and having her just come to me to have that part. I think it was a great time.
And how do you know Jessica?
Well, my parents are friends with John and Lisa. They're her parents, and so then there was a little connection there.
After this, what is your next big role?
I don't know if I'm going to have one. I'm going to try, though. I'm going to try as hard as I can.
That's good. And what movies do you look up to? What actors?
Shannon. I really like Shannon. She's just a great actor.
I'm here with Nate Lopez. Nate played the role of Frank. And Frank, if you want me to call you that.
No problem.
You are attracted to Shannon throughout this movie. You're trying to get on a date with her to go out for lunch.
Yep.
And tell me a little bit about this role and what it means to you to play in Sunblocked.
Well, the role was awesome. When I read the script, I instantly fell in love with it. I'm kind of a sap myself, and to be in pursuit of a girl who doesn't like you, and you have to kind of almost convince her, and it was great. It was an excellent thing, and to start, small with acting and going straight into a film is amazing. And Jess, really good friend of mine, was an amazing producer and director, and really kept me moving. And it was awesome feeling to be in that.
And prior to the movie, we talked a little bit. You were saying the movie's kind of like Juno. Tell me something about that.
Well, you have the same character who just has a malaise on life, really just doesn't know who she is and really doesn't understand kind of how things get worked out when you're interacting with people, to be honest. And then she discovers herself, she discovers she can truly feel for another person, and that's the best part, is playing an actor who's being a part of someone's change in life really makes you feel like you did well.
So your father's a doctor. He moves to New Jersey. You guys are going on the road.
Yeah.
Do you and Aloe develop a relationship after the movie?
I hope so. I think that if there's a Sunblocked 2 and maybe it's Sun Opened or something of that nature, it would be great. It would be great to see it be a long distance relationship, and then he comes back in at the end, or any part of it would be awesome. And I think that the characters, they allowed themselves to set up for a second one if they wanted to.
Oh, very nice. And tell me, are you from the area, and what's for your career after this? Are you going to do some more acting?
I'd love to do some more acting. I'm from North Reading, Massachusetts originally, and I think that the acting career is just to get small parts here and there and to really kind of delve into it, because I'm so new to this situation, and it's an awesome feeling to be part of it and to say that you've been doing so well from someone who directed it and from co-cast, and we all just really helped one another out, and that was the best part.
I'm with Shannon Carter. She played the lead role, Aloe, in Sunblocked. And Shannon, can you tell me a little bit about this and what this means to you?
This means a lot, actually. This is a film project we've worked on for a very long time. It took about 2 years or so to write the script, and then another 2 years-ish or a year and a half to film it. The film is about a girl named Aloe who has closed the world off to her. She was emotionally abused by a boyfriend. She's kind of a crazy family, and she just doesn't want anything to do with anyone. And then this guy Frank comes into her life, and he likes her, and he's trying to pursue her, and she is just not having it. But he's persistent, and he doesn't give up. So it's really, the film is mostly about her coming out of her shell and learning to live life again.
And throughout the movie, when people are meeting you, they're referring to Aloe and Sunblocked.
She gets
what?
annoyed with that. Yeah, she doesn't like that. Everyone's like, oh, like the sunblock stuff or the stuff you put in like sunburns. And she's like, yes, the stuff you put on sunburns. Her parents were hippies.
And going through the movie, you go on a few dates, if you will, with Frank in the for lunch, and you stand him up a few times,
Yeah.
accidentally, or you're a little nervous. And at the end of the movie, he goes to New Jersey. How does that make you feel?
The character or me?
The character.
The character.
Yeah.
Well, obviously she didn't want him to go. She finally realizes, well, I don't want to give too much away, but she's not happy about that. But as far as like the dates go, yeah, she kind of stands him up a bit, but he's persistent and keeps going with it. I don't want to give too much away, but like she's not happy that he goes to New Jersey. She comes to realize that.
And tell me a little about the transition, because you played in a few movies before.
Yes.
And tell me what those movies are, and then playing in Sunblocked, the first film for Astro Piano Films.
Yeah, I've actually worked on, thanks to, like, there was a big tax cut for the film industry, so we've had a ton of movies filmed in Boston. I've worked on Bride Wars, The Social Network, This Side of the Truth. Oh, wait, they changed it to The Invention of Lion. The Invention of Lion. And I just recently worked on What's Your Number? Oh, and Surrogates, the Bruce Willis film. I recently worked on What's Your Number, starring Anna Faris. It's definitely different between being on one of the bigger projects and being on this. I actually like the smaller sets. It's more intimate, everybody gets along, and it's, I think, a little more easier to coordinate. But it was an honor working on the first film for Astro Piano Films. I love Jess. She is a brilliant and talented director and writer, and I'm just really happy that I was able to be a part of it.
And you guys have another production coming up soon. I know you can't tell me too much about it, but can you give me a little sneak preview?
We do. I can't give too much away. We are in the beginning process of writing our script for the second film. It is going to be very different from Sunblocked, complete opposite. It's going to be very dark, and it's a drama, and I'm really, really excited. There's going to be some very intense acting that's going to be involved for this one, and I really can't say any more than that because it's such early on in the writing stage, but if you're interested in learning more, we have a new Astro Piano Films Facebook fan page, and that's where we'll be posting our updates, auditions, and more information on our new project.
And what is that fan page?
It's on Facebook. It's Astro Piano Films.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, well, is there anything else you'd like to add?
We'll be posting on our Sunblocked fan page on Facebook when we'll be having more screenings. We're not sure. We're going to film festivals, and I'm just grateful that everybody who came out to see the film, we really appreciate it. We worked really hard on it, and thank you for coming. We appreciate that. Your second time seeing it.
The second time. Two. Two is better than one, right?
Yeah, well, that just tells us we're doing something right. If people are coming back, we're like, oh, good.
And I'm with Jess Cook, the director and writer of Sunblocked, the first Astro Piano film.
Yes.
And what does this mean to you to get your first production out of the way?
I am so relieved. This was the longest project. I just felt like it was never ending. It's still, we're still working on it. We're still working out some kinks with the sound. We're still, it's ongoing. But I'm glad to finally show people the result of all the work that we've been chipping away at for the past few years. It just feels really great.
And watching the movie, you have a bunch of actors. You have Aloe, Frank, Derek, you have Carrie, and Mac, and everybody else. And tell me about some of these different characters and how they came to life.
Aloe was a combination of a few different people that I knew who were just giving up on life, giving up on romance. They said, you know what, I'd rather just sit at home. And I said, that's really interesting. I think a lot of people could relate to this. And the movie's about not throwing in the towel and just embracing life, and you got to take a risk here or there. So I hope that message got across to some people. Derek I wrote the part of Derek with Chris McGillivray in mind. I said, you have to play this role because it's you. Like, nobody else could do this. And he played himself twice as well as he is himself. Like, he just pulled it off, and he improv'd half his lines. He was great. I wrote Vince with the part of Giancarlo in mind, and he's fantastic. I can't wait until the next project because he's going to be heavily involved, and we really want to get him out there because he's really good. Carrie's the opposite of Alyssa, so I didn't have her in mind with that, but I had her audition, and I said she can act. She's really, really good. She can pull off being a sleazebag, and I didn't know it, so it was a really, really nice surprise. Everybody else, Mace Whiskey was not originally part of the script, but Max showed interest in being part of the production. We said, you know, let's add a character, and I'm so glad that we did because it was, I think it was one of the best moves of the whole movie. I think it was great.
And in the movie, you have bands such as Life on Hold, and you have Melissa Jane and Mac Tremblay. And tell me how you come up with these different songs to play in each scene.
I've got a lot of friends who know bands. I know bands. I really believe in using music that fits the scene very well. I believe in using friends rather than going out and finding strangers to use their music. I sat and I listened to all of my friends and my friends' friends' bands, and I had a whole library here, and I said, what would fit best with this, what would fit best with this? And these songs, I think, were just perfect. Melissa Jane, I thought was a nice variety because we had all these angsty rock songs and angsty indie acoustic songs, and Melissa was kind of, you know, it was dancey. It was a nice pick-me-up for the middle of the movie, and she was great to see perform live. It was really, really cool.
And after this is the second screening. You had the premiere October 1st in Boston. Tell me how the different locations came to mind.
Shannon was my location scout because I was living in Vermont I've been living in Vermont since last Christmas. So we did half the filming last year and half the filming this year. And she just drove around sometimes with Alyssa, and they would try to find the best places where we could film. She found the Winchester location where the bridge and the picnic happened. I think it's beautiful. Filming we filmed most of the film in Shannon's house, which huge thanks to her family. They were very patient with us and had to be very quiet most of the time.
Oh, yeah.
And Newtown, Chris McGillivray works as a bartender at Newtown, and they were very gracious with letting us use their restaurant for free. They fed us a few times so we could have food in front of us. They let us use it before hours. I think we did 5 shoots there.
Oh, wow.
And they just let us use it as as we went. So it was pretty cool.
And you have a few film festivals coming up. Tell our audience about that and when those are going to be.
We're not sure which film festivals we're entering in. We're still trying to raise the funds to help us put into film festivals. We're searching. We're not really sure which ones yet. Any donations are greatly accepted because we are now breaking even of all of our shooting expenses. Wish we were more famous than that, but we're not. So, but I'll keep you all posted. We update our Facebook page regularly. We're working on a website, so we'll let you guys all know when things like that are going to happen because it's going to be really exciting.
And if anyone's interested in donations, they can go to the Facebook fan page, and you have a blog site as well.
Sure, we have a blog site where we put up tickets for screenings, which we are in the talks of a 3rd screening possibly. Hopefully that works out. And I also have astropianofilm@gmail.com is my email address. Any questions about the movie, any questions about screening, you can get me there. And I'm going to set up a PayPal button for donations soon because I don't think I actually have one of those. But we love you.
And really quick, just tell me about Astro Piano Films and how that came into play. Like you wanted to be an astrologer, is that correct?
I wanted to be an astronaut late high school. For the sake, I am scared of outer space. It's a weird thing. And I said, you know what? But I'm going to go out there. I think it's so cool. And I said, I'm just going to be an astronaut. But I chickened out on that one. And I think it would be cool to be a pianist, but I don't think I'm good enough. So I said, those are my 2 backup plans if film work doesn't work out.
Okay.
So that's what I named my film company. And filming worked out. I'm really happy about that because I don't know how I could do my other jobs.
So subliminally, you put in titles other things you do.
Yes, or could maybe do not as well.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Sean. Good to
Definitely.
see you again.
I'm with Alyssa Friedman, and she played Carrie in the Sunblocked premiere for Astro Piano Films. And tell me a little bit about Carrie. Carrie does not fit your role in real life.
No way does she in any way, shape, or form, except that I'm a pretty bubbly person. But otherwise, I promise I am nothing like this individual. And I don't know how much I want to give away, but she's not the nicest person. She's kind of just after whatever she wants and is